Number 12. Codini. You don't run into twins very often. Only 3 in 100 births result in 2 babies, so the odds are stacked against you from the get-go. Move over to India, though, and twin births are even rarer, but don't go telling that to the villages of Codini. The village is incredibly small, with just 2,000 households. Despite this size, though, the village has one of the highest birth rates of twins in the world. Codini attracted the world's attention in 2008 when it was discovered that there were nearly 250 pairs of twins born here in the past several decades. That year alone, 15 pairs of twins were recorded being born. The local doctor Krishnan Shribiju believes that there are even more in the region. How could something like this happen? What is it about Codini that causes such a unique phenomenon? Actually, the answer isn't the place, it's rather the people. Even the women who leave the village are more than likely to give birth to twins. Some scientists have suggested it has to do with pollutants in the village's water, but the doctor refutes this claim, as the rate of birth defects in Codini is no higher than anywhere else in India. Genetic researchers from India, Germany, and the UK are studying the DNA of twins in the village to try to understand the mysteriously high twinning rate. The most likely answer behind this twinning is just genetics. If the twin birthing gene are so strong here, then it should make sense that the dominant gene is being passed along from generation to generation. But either way, walking into a village where one half of the population looks like the other half makes for a mysterious sight. Number 11. Göbekli Tepe. While there may be some gaps in the timeline of humanity, we pretty much know for sure our overall trajectory. Or do we? Every now and then, something shows up that tests the authenticity of everything we've ever known and forces us to go back to the drawing board. It's been agreed on that early humans first settled into their permanent towns, built farms, and then temples, all in that order, in about 8000 BCE. But a 1994 discovery kind of blew that theory wide open. Archaeologists in rural Turkey stumbled upon a fantastic finding in Göbekli Tepe. It includes rings of enormous stone pillars, all of which had scenes of animals carved right into them. After some serious carbon dating, they found that Göbekli Tepe dates back to the 10th millennium BCE, making it the oldest place of worship in the world. At least until something even older decides to unearth itself. Göbekli Tepe raises some great questions, though. Who were these people, and who or what were they worshiping? And how did they worship? Part of the beauty is we'll never really know, but it's those types of questions that can keep scholars and academics up at night. To make matters even more bizarre, evidence would suggest that the people of Göbekli Tepe were semi-nomadic hunters who didn't quite understand the concept of agriculture, especially because the cultivation of the earth at that level wouldn't appear for another 500 years. So now we have the classic chicken or the egg scenario here. Which came first, architectural projects and then permanent settlements, or was it the other way around? The only people who can know for sure were the ones who were there. And who knows, perhaps the people who dig up our cities millions of years from now could be asking the same questions about us. Number 10. The Mariana Trench. The ocean can be a wonderful place. With warm, crystal-clear waters found in oceans around the world, there's no wonder beachfront real estate is so expensive. 71% of our blue planet is covered in water, and humans have only explored 20% of it. Talk about a drop in the bucket. So if 80% of the world's oceans is unexplored, then who knows what horrors lie beneath or what secrets the world's waters truly hold. If aliens do exist, then there's a chance they're already here, living under the sea. It can be neither proven nor denied. Located in the North Pacific Ocean, the Mariana Trench is the deepest known trench in the world, and we've only scratched the surface of what lives down there. Humans made their first descent into the deep in 1960 in vessels specially built to handle the pressure, over 35,000 feet down. So what have researchers found living in the trenches? Well, sea creatures that can only be described as real-life monsters. Dragonfish, goblin sharks, sea devil anglerfish, frilled sharks, and zombie worms all thrive in the coldest, darkest reaches of the trench, ready to make a quick meal out of anything they can, catching them in their maws, sometimes swallowing their prey whole. And then there are the creatures who grow to absurdly large proportions due to a phenomenon known as deep-sea gigantism. Specifically, lower temperatures in the trench mean larger cell sizes and delayed sexual maturity in animals, along with an increased lifespan. The Mariana Trench is a place where nightmares become a reality, and the only thing scarier than these real-life sea monsters are all the creatures down there that we don't know about. Adapting to some of the harshest conditions in the world means transparent skin, deep-sea gigantism, and the ability to exist in some of the most bone-crushing, organ-bursting pressure. The Mariana Trench, it's the closest thing to a black hole we'll ever find on Earth. Number 9. Ilha de Camara Grande. Off the shores of beautiful Brazil, nearly 100 miles away from downtown Sao Paulo, is Ilha de Camara Grande, also known as Snake Island. The island is the last place human developers would ever want to build, and for good reason. If the name doesn't already give it away, this place is full of snakes. Researchers estimate that there are anywhere from 1 to 5 snakes per meter, all subsisting on migratory birds. And they are some pretty big birds, meaning the snakes are all pretty hefty in size as well. Don't expect to see a little garden snake slithering around on this island. In fact, don't expect to come here at all. The snakes of Camara Grande are all unique species of pit viper, the golden lancehead. This lancehead genus of snakes is responsible for 90% of Brazilian snakebite-related fatalities. Because they have no natural predators here, the golden lanceheads on Snake Island grow to well over half a meter long, and they possess a powerful, fast-acting venom that melts the flesh around their bites. This island has been an evolutionary paradise for the snakes. The potent venom of this species evolved due to the need for the snake to quickly incapacitate and kill seabirds on land, on the island's trees, before they're able to fly away. On an island ecosystem occupied by hundreds of competitors, the deadly venom of the golden lancehead maximizes its potential to feed and survive. The only thing the snakes are fighting is the other snakes on the island. Here, you don't have to be the biggest and the baddest. Your venom just needs to be the most potent. Charles Darwin would be proud. In the past, a fisherman unknowingly came upon the island and succumbed to a bite, and the island's final lighthouse operator was bitten along with his family. Because of these stories and because of the golden lanceheads are so dangerous, with the exception of some scientific outfits, the Brazilian Navy has expressly forbidden anyone from landing on the island. Number 8.